So Kasakula is a community in Malawi. It's actually one of the poorest in Malawi. Malawi is one of the poorest countries in the world. And we chose it deliberately in conjunction with the Malawian government to prove that if we could give 100% access to one of the poorest places in Malawi, then it could be done anywhere. And that's what we've now achieved. And it's a project which gives people access to electricity, for many for the first time. Less than 1% of the community in Kasakula had access to electricity before. And this is electricity that people are paying for with affordable fees. And this is a community where 97% live below the poverty line. So the challenge was, well, how do we come up with something that's sustainable and that works for people? So we spent a good deal of time consulting with local leaders, engaging the community, and explaining this idea, which was, it's actually no different to how you or I probably pay for energy, is that you didn't pay for the cables or the infrastructure in your home, you just pay for the energy you use. So it's the same sort of idea. And so instead of owning a solar system, we would install one at no cost to the household, and then they would pay a small fee, about 3 pence a day, and that would allow them to activate the unit and have access to lighting, and they could charge a phone, and they might be able to charge a radio as well. And right from the get-go, there was a great take-up. We had a few problems along the way. One that sticks out in my mind is the rats chewing through the cables, which we didn't anticipate. But we also had lots of lovely insights. We found many households would put one light outside their home. They had 3 lights they could place, and when we found out, asked them why, it was because of the hyenas that were in the area, and it would keep the hyenas away. So we started bit by bit. We started with 500 homes, and then we stepped up to 2,500, and then this year we reached all 8,813 homes. That's 100% of Kasakula. We think it's a really significant milestone to have achieved. So systems we've got these amazing solar home systems. So this is a panel. It's a bit like size of a laptop, and then you'd have a battery like this unit here that you would stick on a wall inside your home. And once you've made your payment, you activate it here. So, and this is showing me it's 96% charged. And so you put your code in, and that activates it, say you bought 7 days worth of energy. And then you've got lights like this one, which you can see, and these have wireless switches as well that we can use. So you have 3 of these lights in your home, and that battery unit that I was showing you, you can charge a radio or a mobile phone. A lot of people have mobile phones as well. So there are lots of models out there. We like this make by Omnivoltaic, but there's made in Hong Kong. And we like them because they're willing to talk to us, and we've started to adapt it. This is a model that was really developed for retail, and we want it as a service model. So we want it to last longer, because of course one of the things that's going to need sorting, say after 3 to 5 years, is the battery. So we're looking to put in better batteries. And the way that we're also ensuring this happens consistently is we've taken on community agents. So effectively, local jobs for people. They get a small commission every time people make a payment. That makes sure that they look after their customers. We learned that the optimum number, over the period of the project, we learned the optimum number of customers or households is 100. So each community agent will look after 100 households. So we have community agents who deliver a service to the community, and we have 1 community agent per 100 households. So each of the agents have a bit of kit as well. So this is what it looks like. This is Lighter Village and Kasakula. TA stands for Territorial Authority. Actually, Kasakula is named after the chief. So there is a Chief Kasakula, and he installed the very last light in the home, the 8,813th home. And what was extraordinary is the name of the woman whose household it belonged to was called Charity. So we thought that was fantastic. But these people are great. They look after their customers. If something needs replacing, then they do that, because the household doesn't own the system. They don't take the risk. If a light bulb no longer works or a battery for some reason is faulty, it will be replaced at no cost. And I think that's what makes it viable in such a community where poverty is so high. And then going forward, if we can improve these systems, if we can make them last longer, then that makes it just a much more viable business model going forward. And we think it's got huge potential to be used not just across other parts of Malawi, but throughout sub-Saharan Africa, where currently 600 million people still have no access to electricity. We think it's huge. We think this is a game changer. Currently the International Energy Agency was forecasting in sub-Saharan Africa alone, by the end of the decade, 500 million people will still have no access to electricity. We think it could change that. And unlike mini grids, this sort of approach using these solar home systems is very fast to deploy. It's not really limited by geography. So the challenges with grid and even mini grids is geography can cause lots of issues as well. And it can be deployed relatively cheaply in terms of an initial cost. We estimate it's about £100 per household to get that infrastructure into place, and then it's self-sustaining once communities pay. In fact, we've partnered up with other solar enterprises across Africa, and actually today there's an announcement in conjunction with the government of Sierra Leone with one of our partners, and they've made a commitment and they've got funding to reach 40,000 households in Sierra Leone. We think this is just the start. We're going to share this model. We're going to invite other organizations to come and be part of this solution, and we've set up an initiative called REAL, and that's to enable people to learn how to develop this energy as a service model. Yeah, well, the great thing about a meetup session is the chance to connect and catch up with people. And SolarAid was actually born out of the solar sector. There was a solar business called Solar&StorageXtra. It's since been acquired, but it gave its initial, some of its profits, 5% of its profits, to SolarAid every year. And there were a lot of people who remember that, a lot of people who used to work for that business who now work elsewhere. And then gradually we've sort of got more and more well known. So this is the place to come and connect with people, find out what they're up to, update them about what we're doing, and hopefully inspire them to spread our story to their contacts, maybe within their company as well. And sometimes that sort of internal recommendation can make all the difference for someone to consider adopting SolarAid as their charity partner.